Hello all, this is Jeff Gaucher with FreshLime. I'd like to welcome you all to the webinar, Finding Success with Online Reviews. It's now 12:30 here in Mountain Standard Time, and everybody that's joined, I'd like to welcome you all to this webinar. Like I said, I am the host of today's webinar. My name is Jeff Gaucher. I'm a customer success manager here at FreshLime. I've been in the industry for about 4 years, and here at FreshLime specifically, I am in charge of all the clients in the home services vertical, so HVAC, plumbing, those type of services. And I've been working with reviews specifically for about 2.5 years. And I'm excited to share some of the insight that I have for you today. Quick agenda. This will be a quick meeting and a quick webinar. If you have any questions, please chat those in at the end of the webinar. I'll answer a few of them. The ones that I don't get to, I will have my team and myself respond to those and send you an email to let you know about those questions that you had, so we can get them all answered for you. But again, the agenda, we're going to talk about the power of reviews, and then the factors to consider when it comes to that power. Best practices, sending out requests, tracking the progress, and then employee incentives. And then we wanted to also let you know that we're going to be having a reviews usage contest in the month of February for those that are on the webinar here today. And then I'll get to those answers for you here at the end. So online reviews, they attract new customers. We live in the day and age 2019. It's all about being busy and all about not enough time. So what reviews do is they make it easy and fast for people to get a good idea of what a company can offer them without doing too much research. They can just get it at a glimpse. But what that also has done is shown statistics that people trust online reviews as much as getting a recommendation from a friend or a family member. 70% of Americans rely on online reviews before making a purchase. Now, a lot of that has to do with the fact that Amazon kind of is turning into world dominance. That's how Amazon works, is you have to find a good review or a good company based on their reputation to do business with, and that's what's transferring over into the brick and mortar or services side of the industry. So we need to keep that in mind. And then also a statistic to keep in mind is 31% of consumers are likely to spend about 30% more on products and services from businesses that have excellent reviews backing them up. The phrase that comes to mind is you get what you pay for. So people have that when they say, oh, I'm working with a 4.7 star rated with over 100 reviews type of company. They're likely to spend more money with you because they know that they're getting that quality and they trust that. So we need to change our paradigm on negative reviews. A lot of us think of negative reviews and get really scared. And I kept this top point on here because one negative review could cost a business as much as 30 customers. That may be true, but a reasonable amount of negative reviews can actually increase your credibility as a business. So the reason I say that is because if you got on somebody, people are pretty smart, and they can people are pretty smart, and they can see that if you have a 5-star review or 5-star ranking and you have 500 reviews, that maybe you sent those across seas to have them paid for and have people creating reviews for you. They get a little skeptical of that. So if you can actually show that you have a few negative reviews interdispersed only occasionally by quite a few of these positive reviews, it shows that you're a business that makes mistakes every once in a while, and that when you make them, you have the ability to correct them. And you can actually do that with our dashboard. You're able to go in and be able to, with all of your dashboard, with all of your different reviews, you're able to hop on and you'll be able to respond to people straight from the dashboard and say, I'm sorry for the negative experience. That does two things. One, it shows you that you have the ability to make things right, which we all need from time to time in life and in business. We're not perfect, and sometimes mistakes are made. Sometimes employees make mistakes, and we can rectify those. And when we do that, it shows good faith. The second thing that it does is Google uses that in their algorithm to actually rank you higher. So when you do these small things like responding to a negative review, it shows Google that you care, and it shows that you're actually trying. So keep that in mind. I know that whenever we get a bad review, people are going to look at it and see that it's horrible. But you have to also understand that people have level heads about this. They're going to understand that from time to time stuff happens, but if they can sell that it's a nitpicky, really, really biased, bad review, they'll probably just throw that out and look for something with a little bit more substance. So this is one where I have a personal story where a customer can turn into an advocate. So when you ask for somebody to leave a review with our tool, it's you're asking them for 15 seconds. So you text them, they click on the link that they get texted, and then it takes them straight to the choice of Google or Facebook or whatever other review site you're pushing at the time. And then they can click on that one. Let's say it's Google. They click on Google, and then they can leave you 1 to 5 stars and then leave you a review. And then it's done. So, but when you do that, you've kind of put skin in the game. You gave them 15 seconds of your time. Like I mentioned earlier, people are, it's all about being busy and giving their time. But if they give you 15 seconds of their time and you leave them a review, then you kind of put skin in the game. So this happened to me. I'm a young father. I have a few young children, and I have a wife with a minivan, and the transmission on my minivan went out. Well, what did I do? I got onto Google and I put transmission shops near me, and I called the top 3 that I found based off of reviews, and I did that. I didn't take anything other than 5 or 4 stars or higher, and I didn't take anybody that had anything less than 50 reviews. And then after I called all 3, I chose one. And then after they performed the work on my car, and it was an excellent service, and the price was good, and it was open, honest communication, they actually asked me for a review. I gave them a review. But not only did I give them a review and invest that few seconds of time into leaving them a review, I became an advocate. And anytime I was around the office or at a community event or whatever it may be, or a family event, if somebody said car problems or transmission, I told them, hey, you need to go to this place. Action Transmission is the place you need to go. And so you're not only asking them to leave a review, but in some ways you're actually asking them to become an advocate. And if, heaven forbid, my transmission ever goes out, again, I know where I'm going back to. So a few things that we need to consider when we're talking about reviews. on Google, they're going to start to have a shelf life. So if you're resting on your laurels of thinking that you're good to go, that you have all of the reviews that you need, you don't need them any longer. Well, you need to understand that they're going to start having a shelf life, that they're going to actually be taken off after a certain amount of time. So you need to consistently be bringing in reviews. Number two, the number of reviews. 49% of consumers value the quantity of reviews. So like I mentioned earlier, you have I was the person that was looking at those 3 different companies that I wanted to choose, and I didn't pick anybody that had less than 50 reviews. Now, the reason I said that is I've been around different companies or tech companies that I've worked with or for, and they say, hey, go and leave us a review on our Google page to show that we're a cool company. And they said, if you do it and you have your mom and dad do it and your brother and sister and maybe some of your cousins, that's very easy to finagle enough reviews to feel like you're getting some credibility. But if you get over 50 reviews and you can see they're dispersed over a certain amount of time and that they're coming from a lot of different people with relevant information, that's what people are going to trust. People are smart. So this tool is simple. It makes it easy for people to leave you reviews at any time, and it takes away all the roadblocks. So you can avoid having to worry about all these issues. And the third thing here is overall rating. 50% of consumers won't use a business that has fewer than 4 stars. I mentioned that in my personal experience. There's an AT&T commercial out right now. It talks about, it shows a few different businesses. The one that I saw yesterday while I was watching football was a guy comes in to get his brakes checked, and he says, hey, you guys are good at brakes, right? And he goes, we're okay. And the guy says, what, you mean you're just okay? He's like, yeah, if it doesn't stop, then if your car doesn't stop, then something else will stop it. And the guy was really skeptical. People don't want just okay. And anything below 4 stars is quite honestly just okay. And if you guys are putting out good quality product or good quality service and you ask somebody for a review, they're going to give you something 4 stars or higher. And so you're going to build that. And the only way you're going to build that is by consistently sending them out. So best practices for you. I'm going to skip over here to another page and show you a few things on the dashboard. So best practices for sending the review is, if you can and you're registered on your cell phone. So like I said, I'm in home services. So if your texts are all registered on your cell phone, you should be able to send a text message. It will look like the phone on the far left. That's the message that it will say. Please take a moment and tap the link below to rate your service with FreshLime or whatever your company is. Then after they tap the link, it'll take them to their choice of which site they want to leave the review on. If they click Google, it'll take them over to the Google one. They can leave that 5-star review, leave you a little message, and then post it. Then it is done. But you need to do it when you're in person. That is the optimal way to leave a review, face-to-face. So if it's right after the point of sale and you're waiting for the transaction to take place, do it then, because it takes 15 seconds. Say, hey, I'm going to send you a quick text message. If you wouldn't mind, leave us a review. If it's a tech at the person's home, say, hey, man, while I'm finishing up your paperwork, do you mind if I send you a quick text message for you to leave us a review on Google or Facebook? Do it when the rate of them actually doing it is so much higher if you do it face-to-face. So that's the best practice, is to do it face-to-face. The next thing that I wanted to show you guys today was our dashboard. So you all should have the access and ability to get into your dashboard. And what you're going to see here on this main page of your review section of the tools that we offer is you'll be able to see all of the different sources and how they are scoring. And you can see how you were prior to FreshLime, how you are after FreshLime, and you're able to see how many reviews you're getting in at a certain time. But then if I scroll down a little bit farther, you'll be able to see a scorecard. So you'd be able to see a scoreboard. So with this particular company, you have a certain amount of people that are registered on their phones. As soon as they register, they show up in your dashboard under the scoreboard section, and you'd be able to see who's sending out the invitations, who's getting back responses, and then if anybody got negative responses off of those review invites that they sent, it'd be able to show you those there. So if you're looking at Sarah Newton, she sent out 21 invites. She got 17 responses. That is pretty good. I would say that's almost unbelievable, but it's pretty good. And she got an overall rating of 4.5, which is good, but she did get 2 negative reviews. So you could actually go to Sarah and say, hey, Sarah, I noticed you got 2 negative reviews. Can you tell me about those instances? You'd be able to go to the timeline and see which ones those were, and then you'd be able to respond to those. So this is where the tool comes in regards to what we're going to do for our February game or challenge with the reviews that need to be sent out. So let me get back here to the slide here very quickly. Oops, wrong way here. Yep, so we have a contest for the month of February, and what I want you to do is I want everybody to write down the email support, SUPPORT, at FreshLime.com. And if you or any of your team members would like to register for this reviews usage contest for the month of February, then email support at FreshLime.com and just let them know that you want to be in the February contest. And what we will do is you will here's what the contest is. We want you guys to be using the product. We want you guys to be using the reviews, because when you're using the reviews, you're going to start seeing more reviews come in. You're going to start seeing more positive reviews come in. Every once in a while, you're going to get a negative review come in, but then you're able to respond to that, which is good in 2 ways, like I already mentioned. That it shows good faith, that you can make something right, and that it helps build the algorithm with Google and shows that you're proactive and that you're working on it. So the person or company who sends out the most review requests in the month of February will win a $500 Amazon gift card. So that's for a minimum of 30 requests sent. Okay, so that is if you register at support@FreshLime.com, we will track your review invitations that are sent in the month of February, and whoever has the most above 30 will receive a $500 Amazon gift card. Anyone who sends out at least 10 requests will be entered into a drawing to win a separate $250 gift card. Okay, so you need to register for that at support@FreshLime.com. And then if you register and then we get everything ready at the end of February, beginning of March, and you are a winner and you are drawn for the $250 one, you will win. If you are the person that sends over 30 and you have the most, then you will receive a $500 Amazon gift card. So please register for that. Now I'm going to be checking the chat for questions. before we end the call today, or the webinar today? So let me see here. I do have one question here. Antoine asked if you had permission to record. Good news, Antoine, we did record this, and we're actually going to be emailing it out to all of you. So there's that. It looks like, Robert, you raised your hand. Did you chat in your question? Robert, I'm not seeing your question. If you'd like, you can, more than happy to answer your question. If you're, oh, that's a great question. And that was going to be my final thought. And within 2 weeks, you're going to be receiving an email from FreshLime with a very, very exciting product update. That product update is to show you how on the review timeline, you'll be able to respond. You're able to do that right now, but it's going to be it would be useless to show you how to do it now because of the way it's going to be released in about 2 weeks. And so you're going to be receiving that product update. I would highly encourage you to reach out to your product or to your account manager at that time, and they can hop on a screen share with you and show you best practices of how to respond to those straight from your dashboard. So at that point in time, those are all the questions I can get to for our allotted time for our webinar today. I thank all of you that participated and asked the questions. Please register for our February reviews usage challenge, and we'll see who comes out on top. And any questions that we weren't able to answer during the webinar today, we will answer those via email back to you. Appreciate your time, and thank you for using FreshLime.